Hola, hola, hola. Hola. Hola, hola, hola. Hey, y'all. What is going on? Happy Monday, y'all. How's everybody feeling today? Hey, hey, hey. Oh, you know what? Let me write. Hola, hola, hola. Hey, y'all. Let me pin that comment. Yes, God. Whoo! Wow, wow, wow. So, um, hey everybody. Is it Tuesday there? Okay. Where are you? Dana go Danelle Gosabi? Yes, God. I hope I'm saying that right. My apologies if I'm not. Hey everybody. Thank y'all so much for joining me. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, God. Saudi Arabia. Yes, God. Thank you for joining from Saudi Arabia. Um, My name is Megan. I am the CEO of Yes God Wellness, and we are a holistic health company dedicated to the mind, body, and spirit connection. And we are especially passionate about womb health. And one of the things that I am focusing on is obviously my own womb health as well, which is kind of, the catalyst in my life, and the experiences that I've had with my womb have led me on my own personal journey, which have then led me to open this business. And so I have been, for anyone who is new here, you may not have gotten communication from me, or if you're not new here, you may have gotten communication from me that I am going to be doing a cathartic type of revisiting of my womb chronicles. And I just want to say for the record that, there's definitely so many different experiences that we all have with our womb, okay? And I want to just put this out here first, up front and foremost. This is a safe space. This is Yes God, the business, Yes God, the brand, my own self, like this, the main mission of Yes God Wellness is to create a safe space. And it's a space where we're not doing judgments, we're not doing being critical of other people or ourselves. And so I wanted to just put that preface out there because as I discuss my story and my narrative, I will actively be applying that. And there's a way that I used to, there's a way that I used to speak about my story and my experiences in my narrative that when I even think about it now, or as I've kind of been considering sharing these parts of my lives and these experiences that I've had, where it didn't make me feel good. I felt like I was sorry, y'all. I'm just waving at everyone. I felt that it was disempowering, and so I'm going to choose to be more empowered as I revisit and, in effect, rewrite my womb chronicles. Yes, God, is that all right? I hope that's all right with y'all, because that's what's happening. Yes, God. So if I want to, I'm sure everyone can hear me, but I really like to do this before we get started. I want to just have us drop a daily gratitude, something that we're grateful for. I posted earlier about some seeded watermelons that I'm really, really grateful are downstairs. I haven't cut into them, but I'd like to know, what are y'all grateful about? What's something that you're grateful for today? And it doesn't have to be like it can be like a word, it can be an emoji, it can be, like, I'm grateful for those hearts. Yes, God. Thank you for that. Thank you. I'm grateful for this space. I'm grateful for this camera. I'm grateful for my little setup here that I don't have to hold. Yes, God. I'm grateful for my clients. I'm so grateful for all the testimonials that I get to read on a daily basis. Like, yes, God, the movement of my body. Yes, God. Oh my gosh. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, God. I was so grateful for that today. I was in the gym and there was a guy like walking with a cane. He was walking really slow. Like it was very apparent that he had had some type of trauma. And I was just like, wow, God, I'm so grateful to be able to like be on this elliptical right now and moving my body. Yes, God, grateful for my growth and during my time of pain and heartbreak. Yes, 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 God, grateful for another day. Grateful for this journey we're on. Grateful to keep pressing on. Yes, God, yes, God, yes, God, yes, God. Like, y'all, the fact that we are here, do you understand the miracles that have unfolded to ensure that we're here right now? Do you understand the miracles that we are that are unfolding? Like, wow, wow, wow. This is a reason for celebration. This is a reason for excitement. The fact that we can hear and type and write and talk and like we're all on a device like mad far away from each other and having this exchange with each other, like, yes, God, thank you. And someone just brought up something really poignant about growth during the time of pain and heartbreak. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, God. So I do also do spiritual coaching and spiritual development. And that's one of the things that we really focus on as one of my specialties actually is helping people move from breakdown to breakthrough, because a breakthrough is always preceded by a breakdown. Like that's just the way that energy works. There has to be something that conflicts. That this is my analogy that I like to give for me in life in general. I just feel like although it feels excruciating for a moment in time or even for moments in time, pain is actually designed to burst our heart wide open so it has more capacity to love. And ultimately, pain equals love. Like, not in a direct one-to-one that way, but if you know what I mean? Like, hopefully that makes sense to you. You have a much higher capacity or deeper capacity to love, the more pain that you feel. Now, and I don't want that to be taken out of context. I don't want that to be used as a justification for people to stay in painful and abusive experiences and dynamics and situations. But what I do want to point out is that life has a way of really showing you what's important. And a lot of times it shows you what's important through loss. And that's just the bottom line. And I feel myself getting emotional saying that. Yes, God, but it's the truth. You know, ultimately it's the truth. Like, we all have our own story. We all have our own things that we've been through. We all have our lives, our individual unique lives and our individual perceptions. But I think that there are some things that we can really boil down that are really common and that really are a cause for compassion between all of us, because we all have the same experiences. We all experience pain. We all experience loss. We all experience disappointment. We all experience betrayal. Right? This is something that is like universal with humanity. And so this is the whole thing about us all being one. We really are one. We are one species. We are one moving, living organism. Like, yes, God, like I said, do you understand the miracles that are existing for us to be alive right now? Do you understand that we were just out on the road with like mad cars and people in fucking 2 and 3 ton machines and trusting God that we would not be fucking ran over? Like, we have to really, like, this is why meditation and sitting down is so important, to really feel the magnitude, like feel the power that we are embodying as human beings. This is some crazy shit right here. Like, this is some divinely guided, like, yes, God. Yes, God. And for me, realizing this and like going back through it really just is a cause for such celebration and such gratitude, you know, even in my loss, even in my pain, even in death, you know, people that have passed away, people who are no longer in my life, people who I might not be, connected with right now that I want to be connected with. And, for whatever reason, life circumstances, like it just can't be that way. We're all here having this human experience, and it's so important to be, I think, like, yes, we need to be compassionate with other people, but first and foremost, we got to be compassionate with ourselves. Like, we have to really be compassionate with ourselves and understand that nobody gets it fucking right. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not, like, I was having this conversation with a friend earlier, and she's like, oh, it was very much centered around what people are going to think, what so-and-so is going to say, what they're going to feel, how someone else is going to react or respond to our choices. Many of us suffer and have suffered and are still suffering because we are focused on the wrong thing. And the wrong thing is anything other than how something makes you feel. Yes, God. But anyways, that's for another day. But yeah, I wanted to come on and do and just share some of my story because it's important. We all have our experiences. I think that like I said, for anyone who's been here for a little while, some basic things about me, but I'm just going to start. I want to start from the beginning, and I want to just kind of share myself and share my life and share my experiences with you, but also with myself. And also, this is really giving me an opportunity to go back and really do some reprogramming and some remembering. Yes, God. So my name is Megan McPherson, and I was born and raised in Rochester, New York. And yes, God. So I know, and I thought about this too. I'm like, okay, Womb Chronicles, like, am I going to start? Like, where am I going to start? And I'm just going to flow with it. And I want to also throw out here that for me, the definition of my womb is not just my physical, like, vagina. It's my heart too. Okay. So I think that that's something that really, is important to make clear, because I want for everyone and all of us to understand that, yes, there is a specific physical part of our anatomy where our womb is. But even if we don't have a womb, we still have a space there. We still have an energetic chakra there. We have a root, we have a sacral chakra that cannot be removed. Like, you can't take those away. And all of the chakras are very intricately aligned, and the heart and the heart and the womb have a very, very close connection. So I'm going to start with what I remember as being my first wakings up of my womb and my womanhood and my heart and my love and feeling feeling love in my heart for someone else. So wow, that would go back really far, actually. My first love was here's the other thing too. I'm not using names because I know way too many people, and I know that, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, God, it doesn't matter. So the only name that I am going to be using is Michael, because Michael has since passed on. He is my eldest son's father. He was my very, very best friend. He's someone who is still extremely, extremely special to me, and really played a large part in shaping my life. Michael is who I broke my physical virginity with. So that's what I was thinking about. Like, am I going to start with talking about Michael because of that, or am I going to go back before that? So my story, the way that my Womb Chronicles go, is like, me and Michael were very much in love. It was in my mind, a great story around my first time, but I was in love before Michael. So I've been in love, and the other thing too is I'm a Sagittarius. So I am an eternal optimist. I'm very, and have always been, very extroverted, very optimistic, very just, a lot of energy, and always been very boy crazy. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it, and so I've this, and I'm so grateful too, because I've thought about this, and I've thought about the fact that I'm really grateful for my experiences, because from my perspective, I've experienced so much love. Not only have I had several relationships, several very close and intimate relationships, I've had, well, the quality of those relationships has been very deep, and just really full experiences, and I feel like too, yeah, my perspective on this is definitely going to come now at this point where I'm 38 years old talking about relationships. If I was talking about this, years ago, I probably would not see it that way. Hey y'all, hey everybody, hey Bella Boo, I miss you, girl. Yes, God. Oh, my family's in the house. Look at y'all. Thank you so much. Um, yes, God. I'm waving at everybody. So yeah, so I'm a Sag, and I've dated, some men, and I've dated and I've deeply, deeply, deeply been in love. And I can say that with like pride and just gratitude, and just like thank you, God. Cuz I feel like what I would have done years ago is I would have not given that credit where that credit was due, and I would have like focused on how it ended, or why it ended, or such and such did this, or somebody lied to me, or so and so cheated, like. This is the other conversation I was having this morning, is like, where I am right now in my own level of consciousness and my own experience, I don't believe in failed relationships. I don't even think that's a real concept. Like, how can you fail a relationship? That's impossible. Relationships are not to be passed or failed. Relationships are to be experienced. Like, the word pass or fail, or like winning or whatever, like that implies a standard of measure. And so my approach to that is, whose standard is that? Who, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of, I know there's a lot of things about like traditionalism and getting married, but come on, y'all. Like, we all know we're different people. Not everybody wants that. I think it's important for us to really, instead of being concerned with how we or our relationship with other people holds up to a standard of measure, we should be more concerned about, how does it make us feel? Are we happy? Like, does this make me happy? Does this make me feel good? Does this make me excited about life? And this is important to really take heed to, because I think even with our own selves, I know with my own self, I'll just say it that way, there's been a lot of times where I've created a lot of guilt and a lot of shame and a lot of unnecessary anxiety within myself, because of how harshly I was judging myself about, oh, you're 17, you had your first kid at 17, you had your second at 19, you have 2 children by 2 different people, you're not married. Like, these were things that really caused a lot of suffering for me, just because of my perspective, just because of this standard of, you get married, you have the, like, come on, like, this is reality, y'all. This is real world. Like, so you meet someone, you might have a child with them, the shit doesn't work out. You're going to meet someone else, and like, this is real life. You know what I'm saying? So I know I'm jumping around a little bit, but I just wanted to, I don't even know how I got on that tangent, but I'm a reel it back in to say that, I don't even know. So I'm going to just start again where I think I should go. We're talking about Womb Chronicles. We're talking about my experiences with my Womb Chronicles. Oh, I was talking about the fact that I have been blessed and really humbled and grateful to experience some great loves in my life. Were my relationships perfect? Absolutely not. Were they toxic? Absolutely. Did they have drama? Abso-fucking-lutely. Was there cheating? Yes, God. Like, my son has a sister that's 7 days older than him. 7 days. I'm a life path 7. Like there's so much, like, you know what I mean? Like there's so many different, but at the end of the day, like just sitting here right now before, as I'm like preparing to like embark on this and share these things, I'm just looking back at it like, wow, 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 God, thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you for this experience. Like, thank you for just allowing me to experience it. You know what I mean? Like, what is this perfect? What is this standard? Like, what the fuck? Do we realize how crazy this is? Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. And listen, I feel like everyone has the right and deserves to be happy. Whatever makes you happy, do that. But check your own gauge. Is it happy because you think other people are looking at it in a certain way, or is it happy because you really feel that way? That's an important question, because we got a lot of people who are living their lives based around what other people will and will not respond. Hola, even if we don't realize it. I did that for a very long time in my life. Hola, hola, hola. Hey. So, Womb Chronicles. Again, I'm not using names. Yes, God. Except Michael's name. And yeah, I'm going to just leave it at that. Be quiet, Megan. So, I will talk about my first boyfriend, because I also consider these womb chronicles, okay? The womb is not just an organ, okay? It is a sacred space, and it is the space from which pretty much all things are created. We create human beings from that space. We birth ideas. I mean, literally everything you look around and see right now is the birthing of someone's mind, someone's imagination. Somewhere in that process, there was a woman involved. So we are like, you know, we're all sitting on gold here. All of us, all of us, all of us. Like I said, whether you have a physical womb still is irrelevant. We're all sitting on creative gold here. So anyway, so my first love, look, and every time I think of someone, I'm like, oh wait, there was someone else before that I like. But let me not go about who I like, because girl, I liked everybody. But no, my first like official boyfriend was, I think, in like the 4th grade. And I'm still friends with him to this day. Yes, God. And then there was my real first love. Like, we were actually, this was a relationship that I was in for about 2 years, about a year and a half. This is when I was in 7th grade. 8th grade. Started like the summer. And this, the thing I love about this chronicle right here, y'all, is that my first love, my true first love, like the boy that like I did my first kiss. Well, that wasn't really my first kiss, but like, you know, like your first, like, you know what I'm saying? Like all the stuff before sex, like the grinding, like, you know what I'm saying? Like all that good stuff. Like that was my first love, and him and I never had sex. Like to this day, we have never had sex. And I'm just so grateful for that. I feel like that in and of itself is what I'm referring to when I say like I've been blessed to really experience some really, really, really good, like blissful love. Like love that is not tainted with, I hate to even say like tainted with sex, but there's a level of intimacy and a level of closeness and a level of connection that you can find with someone that in certain cases, when compared to sex, can be way deeper. And I ain't about to say all that. Like, I don't know if we, you know, I'm not going to say like, oh, well, you know, it was better that we didn't. Like, I mean, yeah, I think it's cute and sweet now, but sometimes I'll be like, ugh. so that was my first experience. And then I'm trying to remember why we broke up. See, this is the thing, like, I don't want to give too much information because this is still my social media and I'm going to be posting this on YouTube. So like there are people that know me and know my life and like would know, like as soon as I would say something, this person would be identified immediately. I guess it really doesn't matter. I mean, this was a long time ago, but we broke up because we were just, honestly, we were just going in different directions in life. You know, he was into sports heavily. He was kind of like a local famous sports person in my community. And look, now I'm like, wait, what happened? Yeah, he was just getting a lot, you know, he was getting a lot of attention from girls and this and that. Hey, girl. And so during this whole time, like during this relationship with my first love, Michael was my friend. Okay. Michael, the one that I wound up having my son with, was my friend during this relationship. And it was, for me, it was strictly platonic. Like I was not, you know what I mean? Like I was like, look, I got my man and we're friends and that's that. Of course, I'm sure he liked me the whole time, but you know, I'm such a Sag. Like I'm, you know, yes, God. So, so yeah, when things started kind of getting rocky with that first relationship, Michael was my friend. And so we would hang out, and it wasn't just like, you know, we're just saying we're friends. Like we were literally really friends, like me and then my other two best friends who now actually live in Berlin. And I can't wait to get back to Berlin to visit them because I miss them so much. And I'm really blessed that we're still friends. But like all four of us were like our own little posse. Like we would hang out, we would be, you know, we would have a really, really good time. And so, yeah, when that started kind of, when that relationship started kind of going, I started actually, to be honest, I started to get into more trouble. Like I was being a little more rebellious. I was raised by a single mother. So my mom was deaf also. So that afforded me the opportunity of sneaking around a lot and getting away with things. And so yeah, actually around this time in my life is actually when I started smoking. I started smoking weed. Wow. And you know, we had fucking fun. Like really, at the end of the day, like thinking about that time in my life, like I'm sure I was driving my mother crazy. You know, I know that I was, you know, my mom was here's the thing about my mom is not with the shits. And when I started like being rebellious and staying out and doing this and doing that, my mom got me involved in the system. And I actually wound up having to go and like serve time at a facility because, you know, I was skipping school and I was not wanting to do the right thing. And so that's what I did. I wound up going and spending time at a facility. And I remember Michael, so it was it wasn't in Rochester, but it was like on the outskirts. And Michael would bring me Jolly Ranchers, which were my favorite candy. Wait, I'm skipping around a little bit. Yeah, because this was after. So the actual act was before. Y'all know what act I'm talking about. Like the act, like the first time, the act. But yeah, when I just now thinking about and revisiting, this was a time in my life where I was, just really kind of, now that I'm actually thinking about it, I was hurt. I was hurting during that time. I know I was very hurt by the breakup with my first love. And I was looking to be distracted. Wow, wow, wow. The revelations that we have when we go back with a clear mind, and just really, and it's not that I'm taking the emotions out, I'm actually being honest with myself about what the emotions were. And the emotions were that, I had an expectation, my first love and I, like, we planned our whole wedding. Like, we were going to have 6 children, 3 boys, 3 girls. We were going to name them this. I mean, we were like very, very, very much in love. And when that relationship, I don't even see the words, like, words failed and fell apart. They don't make sense. To me, they don't make sense, because that relationship did not fail. It did not fall apart. It was beautiful. It was amazing. It was such a great experience, and I'm grateful for it. And that's fucking that. Like, there was no feel, that particular dynamic in the relationship ended, yes. And I was hurt behind that. Yeah, I was hurt behind it. And wow. Was I rebounding? Probably. Yes, God. And it wasn't just like a rebound to a relationship. It was a rebound to, like, a whole different, like, life, like, way of being. Yeah, it was more appealing to me to go hang out and have fun and just chill around than to be, like, focused on school. And I was always really good at school. I've always been really smart. But it was a painful place for me to be at school, because he was there, and his new girlfriends or new, like, flirting. Like, I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I'm about to go over here and hang out. So yeah, that was wow. I don't think I've thought about this for a really, really long time. This is interesting. And it also is giving me insight to my tendencies to I don't want to say run. I have been called a runner before, and I definitely am prone to leave versus stay. Like, when it comes to relationships, I don't believe in being unhappy in a relationship. I just don't. I don't think that it makes sense. I think that, yes, relationships require effort and sacrifice on both ends, but I think if someone is, unhappy, that they have the right to put themselves first. That's just what I believe. And now that, like, it's so weird actually doing this now, because my conscious mind today, right now, is thinking about the 4 agreements, which are, don't take anything personally, never make assumptions, be impeccable with your word, and always do your best. And I'm like, what's happening in my mind right now is that it's like using that now as the standard of measure, and it's going back over all these experiences and being like, wow, you were totally taking things personal. You were totally, you know what I'm saying, making assumptions. You were totally not being impeccable with your word, and you were totally not doing your best. But wow, this is actually a plot twist. Like, I thought that I was gonna be. I honestly had a thought that this conversation was gonna go a certain way, but what I'm seeing now in just the sharing is that, you know, my initial heartbreak that I experienced, first of all, was with someone that I had never physically had sex with. And it was such a beautiful relationship. It was such a beautiful relationship. And I created this travesty out of this relationship. Wow. Damn. I didn't mean to do that. But I did it. Wow, wow, wow. Excuse me all, like I'm like literally sitting here having a revelation right now. Like, oh shit. Just goes to show, like, you know, our perception, it makes or breaks our experience. Our suffering is like literally all in the mind. Wow. Like, I really feel like I'm just like, wow. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be really interesting. Yeah, I think I'm going to actually close this chronicle right here. I think this is where I'm going to stop. And because I think I need to process this a little bit more. And not even, I don't want to say process it like I'm going to be sitting here thinking about it. But what I've realized within this discussion is that my life took so many different turns because of my mind, like because of how I perceive things, and then how I responded and what actions I took based off of my response to that really changed the course and trajectory of my life by quantum leaps. Yes, God. So that is that's amazing. And it's still possible now. Like, it's possible at every moment. It's also reinforcing to me, like, Megan, your decisions can change your trajectory by quantum leaps. Like, period. Even now, even today, every moment, every decision, every action. Wow, wow, wow. So this is going to be, the Womb Chronicle is going to be the revelation. The revelation that I've just, I've been very privileged. I've been very privileged. It's almost making me want to cry how grateful I feel. I've had some amazing, amazing experiences. And I allowed myself to not appreciate those experiences because of one little part in the story that didn't go the way that I thought it should. Even though I've had all these amazing, like, experiences, like the little blips between them, like, I've allowed to, it's crazy. Now I feel like I need to go back and revisit some history. Thank you for sharing. Oh, you're so welcome. Yeah, man, this is powerful. Wow, wow, wow. Because again, like I said, I'm using the be impeccable with the word, not take things personal, not making assumptions, and wow. If I go back and apply that filter on my relationships, well, god dang it, I've just had a perfect life, haven't I? Like, for real, for real. But I was definitely a little badass. Like I took it to the extreme on some real Sagittarian-ish. Wow, wow, wow. This is deep. This is like, wow. This is like really just like, I just feel my whole world being like, here I am thinking I'm about to be talking about Michael. And like, from an energetic standpoint, I'm seeing why I attracted Michael. Because my relationship with Michael was very toxic. There was a lot of pain there. And there was he was in a lot of pain. This is all retrospect. I didn't know this at the time, but now as I sit here and consider his upbringing, his experiences, he had a totally different experience in life than I did. And he had a lot of pain in his experience, and so did I at that moment. I was heartbroken. And we attracted, because that's how energy works. When you are in pain, you attract other people who are in pain. When you are in joy and gratitude, you attract other people who are in joy and gratitude. Wow. So anyways, yes, God, it's kind of, I'm going to wrap this up and save this recording to upload, because I want to make sure that I have it. And thank you all so much for joining me and giving me some time. And if you haven't already, let me show y'all. This is what we're giving away. We have 2 of them, okay? So this is what you can use for steaming. Let me stand up. So these are actually, these are the things that you can put around the toilet when you're using the toilets for better elimination. Yes, God, let's get it together. Yes, God. So they're little squatty potties. This company actually sent me these for marketing and branding. So there you go. Yes, God. But what people like to do, let me see if I can bend this down. You can use this as a steam setup. You can have your herbs and your steam right here, and then you can just sit right on it, right over it. Yes, God. Okay. So I'm going to be giving these 2 away. The only thing that you have to do to qualify to receive one is to have made a purchase. And right now, why you should make a purchase is because there's 20% off, and because they're amazing products, and because we have amazing reviews, and because we help with fertility issues, fibroids, cysts, PCOS, BV, endometriosis. Yes, God. So if you use the code PCOS at checkout, you'll get an additional 20% off, and you'll also automatically be entered to receive one of those seats. Yes, God. So on that note, I hope that everyone is having an amazing Monday, having an amazing start to your week. Remember to be compassionate with yourself and love yourself. Remember to, I think the takeaway from today for me is the song by Janae Aiko comes to mind, Only the Good Things. Only the good things, the good things. Like, we all have experiences that are crazy and fucked up and shitty and like, no God. But there's a lot of good in there too. There's a lot of good. When I used to even think about talking about Michael, I'd get really upset and sad. And it's like, now I'm thinking about not the fact that he was murdered, but the fact of like how the good things, like we had so much fucking fun together. We had a lot of fun together. I have very fond memories. So yes, God. Thank you all for joining me. I love you so much. Thank you so much, Full Spectrum Doula Services. I'm actually thinking I don't know if I should say it out loud. But doula services has been on my mind. Yes, God. So I love y'all, and I will talk to you soon. And don't forget to use code PCOS at checkout. Bye.